Everyone, this is X-Wing RLJ coming back to you on the PS5 playing Subnautica. This is my walkthrough. Today we're going to start with building the depth module for the Seamoth. You need a titanium ingot and 2 pieces of glass. Oops, gotta watch your step. In the moon pool. So let's go make a couple pieces of glass here. I already got the titanium ingot in my inventory. So glass is made with 2 pieces of quartz. Titanium ingots are made from 10 pieces of titanium. And we'll go and make this. Now this Mark 1 depth module will increase your crush depth from 200 meters to 300 meters, allowing you to go 100 meters deeper. Rather than just installing this in the sub, we have access to the items we need to make a Mark II depth module. So rather than putting it in the sub, I'm going to go ahead and see what I need here and then go ahead and upgrade it. So it's like a plasteel ingot, 2 magnetite, and an enamel glass. Now an enamel glass takes a piece of glass and a stalker tooth. And we've already covered how to get stalker teeth. But I need to grab some more quartz. Now I really should have come out here in the Seamoth. That way I'll have a close air supply as I swim around. And typically I would edit out my materials farming, since we've already covered that and I don't want to waste your time. But on this trip here, I am making a stop at this wreckage a little to the south of the base. We've been there before, but I didn't have a laser cutter then, and I said we would come back once I did have a laser cutter. So I'm going to cut through this door. Now, I've already been to the room on the other side of this. You don't actually have to cut this door open. It just basically provides a second point of access. But there's another door in here you got to cut through, and I have not been in there. There are 2 ways into this wreckage. There's this one that I just cut, and then on the other side, there's an entrance for this door right there, and you can just open that door. But I'm running out of oxygen. Like I said, I should have really brought the Seamoth, so we're going to rush back to the base here. While we're back there, I'll go ahead and turn a couple of these quartz into a piece of glass, and then convert that into enamel glass with the stalker tooth. Get the components. There's a stalker tooth. So build the glass first, and then using the stalker tooth to turn it into enamel glass. And drop off the rest of the quartz I picked up. I need a plasteel ingot, which means I need more titanium. Now there's fragments of a bunch of stuff inside this wreckage. Well, not a bunch of stuff. There's 3 or 4, maybe 5 different fragment pieces of different things that I already have. So I'll scan them just to get titanium out of them. You won't see most of that. I am going to edit most of that out just because I'm trying to keep this, my videos under 20 minutes. So we'll cut through this door. This is the only way in or out of this room we're about to go into. But the room we're in has 2 ways in. The laser door, or the door we cut through, and then the door you can open from the other side. So that is a propulsion gun, which we already have. Like I said, I'm going to scan it. I pick up the titanium from it. This box, though, you may want. It's a lightweight, ultra high capacity tank, breathing tank, if you want to build that. So, like I said, I cut out scanning out all those other components in there, and there was a power cell, charger, a couple of the things that where I already had the blueprints for, so it just gave me titanium, which I needed, so I can make this titanium ingot, because you need 10 of them. And then you take the titanium ingot and 2 pieces of lithium, and you can make your plasteel ingot. Okay. Oh, still need my 2 magnetites. Let's go grab those. Now the Mark III, the depth module, requires rubies and a plasteel ingot, and we don't have rubies yet. So far we've only picked up 1. But it won't be much longer before we go grab a bunch of those. We're going to progress the story a little bit before that point, though. So now we got a Mark II. We'll install that, and that's going to make our crush depth 500 meters instead of 300, which is the Mark I, or the 200, which is no mark, or no module. But the next thing I want is the hull upgrade, so that I take less damage when I bump things. So I need lithium and 4 diamonds. I don't have enough diamonds for that, so we're going to have to go and find some. Again, I would typically edit out my material hunting, but it's going into an area where, well, we've been there before, but not as we haven't gone very far into it just because of the crush depth of the sea moth. We are going to be finding the next Degassi base. If you remember, that's the last name of the of 2 of the 3 people that built the base on the floating island. So again, a lot of this is going to be on double speed to cut down on the length of the video, and I also edit out when I hop out of my sub just to pick up material. But you can get diamonds, gold, lithium, and magnetite down here from the various sources. So like that, there's lithium from a piece of shale. That's a piece of magnetite. Now you want to pick up this PDA right here on this little platform. That PDA will give you a waypoint for the Degassi base. So you can now just kind of explore this cave. You want to be careful of those little snake-like things that we saw earlier, and you'll see again here soon. They kind of live inside the mushrooms, the center. Yeah, those right there. You'll see them come out of the center of the mushroom on top and go back into them. Those are the only aggressive creatures down here, and they'll do approximately 25% damage to your sea moth, so you want to try to avoid them. Now while we're down here, I'm going to show you where you may be able to pick up fragments for the thermal plant, which is the power source that I use when we go to the real deep water caverns a little bit later in the game. You can also use a bioreactor or a nuclear reactor, but the thermal reactors just seem they're most convenient for me, and you'll see why when we get there. But there's you have a chance of one spawning, 1 or 2 pieces spawning over by the Degassi base. I actually accidentally scanned one, the last piece I needed for the blueprint in the mushroom forest when I was out harvesting materials. So you won't see that pop this time because I wasn't paying attention. I wanted to have that recorded for you, but I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I thought it was a component that I already had, but it was the thermal power plant. I had forgotten that fragments of those sometimes spawn in the mushroom forest. Now that just gives you a battery. Always pick up the batteries if you find them. They're good, so it saves you time and difficulty. Now this is the second Degassi base. Now, I don't remember if you just have to go inside or if you have to pick up one of the PDAs or maybe all the PDAs. But if you're a trophy hunter, this will pop a trophy for you at some point, whether it's from the PDAs or just going in or whatnot. Be careful of these things. These little tendrils will poison you. When it wears off, you will get your health back. It'll regenerate, but unless of course your health drops down to 0 because of it. That's a water filtration unit. If you're playing the difficulty where you have to watch your water and food, that's definitely something you'll want, because then you can make your own water supplies when we go down deep. Or even up here. So it's a PDA on the desk. I have to come back in here a few times because there was things that I forgot to pick up. But you'll see that. Nothing over there. Nothing over there. That's a data box for another ultra high capacity tank, which we already have. So we'll just get titanium for it. One of the things I picked up or missed on the first trip, there's a PDA right there, and I just swam right past it. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll come back in and get it. But you can scan your bed, and now you can build a bed in your base. Head back out and recharge my air. There's another PDA in this crap out here.
Integrating new PDA data.
And you'll see I'll actually hit these tendrils a couple of times. They're more of an annoyance than anything else. They can kill you, but you know, as long as you keep your health up, they probably won't. There's another PDA up here.
Integrating new PDA.
Now, if you wanted to build a home, this is actually not a bad home. You just got to watch out for the little snake things outside floating around, swimming around. To be completely honest, I actually forgot. I realized that I missed that that data pad that I still haven't gone back for yet. I realized I missed that. So that's another item you can get here. The stasis rifle, which can be helpful. I've never actually used it, but I've read where it can be helpful. My inventory is full. But I didn't realize that I didn't click in my head until later that I forgot that PDA. So I actually came back down here and picked it up again, which is what you're seeing right now. I didn't want to miss it because if getting the trophy is contingent upon getting all the PDAs, then you wouldn't have gotten it unless you picked them all up. So that's that data pad there.
New PDA data.
So I had to make a trip back down here, and then there I hit the tendril. You see my health dropping, and now that it's worn off, so you can see my health is going back up. And there's one more thing. Like I said, the thermal plant and a couple other items are here as well. So let's go there. They're on the back side. I'm going to hit that tendril again. This is a moon pool fragment, which we don't need, but I'll take the titanium. It's another power cell charger fragment. I'll take that titanium. And then this up here, it may spawn for you, it may not, but that's a thermal power plant fragment. There's another piece of wreckage where you can get thermal power plant fragments as well. We haven't been there yet, but I will make a trip out there just to show where it's at. Prawn suit grappling arms are also at that location, so I'll probably need to go there anyway to get that. Although I you don't need grappling irons, but they are helpful. They definitely make things a little bit easier. So now I've got all that stuff, picked up everything you can get at the Degassi base. I've got a full inventory of materials. So we'll head back up and I will get my hull upgrade module built and installed. And bumpity bump. Gotta watch those things that don't like to, see, I came out of a different hole than I went in.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Things like the stalactites and whatnot that don't appear until you run into them. You gotta be careful of that. It's nice when you go down to the deep caverns that we're going to be going to later. There's not much in the way of stalactites or stalagmites down there, so you don't have to worry about it so much there. Go ahead and fix this, and see about building our hull upgrade. There we go. Now, what this hull upgrade does is a lot of times you'll take damage from running in the fish or bumping into things, and this hull upgrade will either eliminate that damage or just really reduce it, giving you a little bit more survivability, and you take a little bit less damage when aggressive creatures attack you. So let's build that ultra high capacity tank right quick. It will up your oxygen from 135 to 225. Giving you a drastic increase, giving you a lot more time that you can spend in the water. And that about wraps it up for this video. In the next video, we will be making the trip to the Aurora and finally going inside the ship that crashed, that you were riding on before everything went to heck and we all crashed. So thank you for watching.